You ever work the graveyard shift? Not the cute little 11 to 7 where the sun comes up and saves you. I'm talking the real midnight shift. The one where the clock hits 3 a.m. and the whole world feels like it's holding its breath. The one where you're the only living soul in the building that suddenly feels way too big, and something else feels way too close. These 4 stories, they're all real. Names changed, locations slightly fudged for the people still alive, but everything else, every sound, every shadow, every cold breath on the back of a neck, that shit happened. And before I start, do me a solid, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, because once you hear these, you're gonna want to know when the next batch drops. Trust me. Let's begin. Encounter 1. The Walmart security guard, Terre Haute, Indiana, 2019. His name was Travis, 26 years old, ex-Army, needed the health insurance for his little girl. Walmart overnight security paid $14 an hour and full benefits, so he took it. First 2 months were boring as hell. Stalkers blasting music, cleaning crew arguing in Spanish, Travis walking his own footsteps echoing down the main aisle like gunshots in an empty cathedral. Then one night in February, the polar vortex hit. Temperature dropped to -20. Store closed at 11, reopened at 6 a.m. Only people in the building: Travis, one stalker in grocery named Luis, and the overnight manager, Rhonda, who spent the whole shift asleep in the office. Around 2:45 a.m., Travis is doing his round through the toy department. All the lights are off except the security lamps, that sickly yellow glow that makes everything look dead. He's walking past the Barbie aisle when he hears it. A little girl laughing. Not a recording, not the intercom. A real high-pitched giggle, the kind a 5-year-old makes when she thinks something's hilarious. Travis freezes. He knows there are no kids in the building. He checked the bathrooms himself at lockup. He pulls his flashlight, clicks it on, sweeps the aisle. Nothing. He keeps walking. 10 seconds later, giggle again. Closer this time. Right behind him. He spins around. Empty aisle. Just rows of smiling plastic faces staring at him. Travis radios Luis in grocery. "Man, you got anyone over there with you?" Luis says no, he's alone. Why? Travis doesn't answer. He just starts walking faster. He gets to the end of the toy department, turns into housewares, pots and pans hanging like wind chimes nobody's playing. And that's when he hears the whispering. It's a little girl's voice. Soft. Sing-songy. "Daddy? Why'd you leave me in the dark?" Travis's daughter is 6. Her name is Kaylee. She calls him Daddy, exactly like that. His blood turns to ice. He books it to the office, locks the door, sits there with the mag light in his lap until 6 a.m. Shaken. Rhonda wakes up, sees his face, asks what's wrong. He tells her. She laughs, says just the building settling, pipes, whatever. 2 nights later, same shift. Travis is in the stockroom, the back area with the big roll-up door. He's checking the dock locks when he hears it again. Giggling. Then footsteps, little feet running across the concrete towards him. He turns, nothing. But on the security camera monitor, later when he finally gets the guts to look, there's a small handprint on the inside of the freezer door. Palm and 5 fingers. Way too high for a toddler. Perfect height for a 6-year-old. Travis quit the next week, moved his family to Florida. Still won't go into a Walmart after 9 p.m. Encounter 2. The Night Nurse, St. Mary's Hospital, Duluth, Minnesota, 2021. Sarah had been an RN for 12 years. 3rd floor, oncology, the floor where people go to die quietly. Midnight shift on a Tuesday in March. Snowing hard outside, the kind of snow that muffles everything. Only 8 patients that night. 6 of them DNR, 2 in a coma. Sarah's doing meds at 1:15 a.m. when she hears the call bell. Room 312. Mr. Harlan, 89 years old, end-stage lung cancer, supposed to be completely unresponsive. She walks in. The room is dark except for the red exit sign bleeding through the window. Mr. Harlan is sitting bolt upright in bed, eyes wide open, staring straight at the corner of the room. Sarah says, "Mr. Harlan, you okay?" He doesn't look at her. He just points to the corner and whispers, voice like dry leaves, "She's back." Sarah looks. Nothing there. She checks his vitals. Everything flat. Gives him morphine, tucks him in, figures he's hallucinating. 20 minutes later, the call bell again. 312. She goes back. Mr. Harlan is standing in the middle of the room, IV pole dragging behind him like a tail, still pointing at the same corner. "She won't stop crying," he says. "She says you locked her in the closet." Sarah feels every hair on her body stand up, because 30 years ago, when this hospital was still the old St. Mary's, a 6-year-old girl named Emily Carter died on this exact floor, locked in a supply closet during a fire drill gone wrong. They found her 3 days later. Sarah had read the memorial plaque in the lobby 100 times. That night, every patient on the floor rang their call bell within 10 minutes of each other. All of them said the same thing: "There's a little girl crying in the walls." At 3:33 a.m., Mr. Harlan coded. Sarah ran in. He was sitting up again, smiling. He looked right at her and said, "She says she thanked you for letting her out." Then he died. The next night, Sarah called in sick. Never went back. The hospital tore down 3rd floor in 2023, officially because of structural issues. Encounter 3, the graveyard cashier, Flying J truck stop, Route 66, Arizona, 2018. Derek was 20, long hair, listened to metal, needed cigarette money. Worked 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. at the Flying J just outside Flagstaff. Place was huge, 30 pumps, shower building, Denny's attached. Dead quiet after 2 a.m. One night in November, wind howling like a banshee. Only one trucker in the lot, old Peterbilt idling under the light. Derek's behind the counter playing on his phone when the automatic doors slide open. No one comes in. Doors just open and close by themselves. He looks up. Nothing. Figures it's the wind. 10 minutes later, happens again. Then he hears it. Boots walking across the tile. Heavy trucker boots. But no one's there. He grabs the bat from under the counter, walks out to check. Footprints in the fresh, melted snow on the floor, leading from the door straight to the energy drinks, then to the counter, then to the bathroom hallway. Then they just stop. Derek nopes back behind the counter, locks the register drawer, pretends to ignore it. At 4:07 a.m., the coffee machine starts brewing by itself. Full pot, black, no sugar, exactly the way the trucker from the Peterbilt takes it. Derek watches on camera as the pot fills. Then a hand, big, weathered, wearing a silver skull ring, reaches into frame and grabs the cup. Hand only. No arm. No body. The bathroom camera picks up the toilet flushing 15 times in a row, then the sink running. Derek calls his manager. No answer. At 4:12 a.m., the Peterbilt fires up and pulls out. Derek watches it leave. When he goes to clean the bathroom at 5:30 a.m., there's a message written in the fog on the mirror. "Thanks for the coffee, kid. See you again real soon." The trucker, found dead in the sleeper 2 miles down the road. Coroner said he'd been dead for 6 hours. Rigor mortis fully set in. Silver skull ring on his right hand. Derek moved back to his mom in Phoenix. Still won't stop at a truck stop after dark. Encounter 4, the Amazon warehouse picker, Joliet, Illinois, 2023. This one still fucks me up the most. Javier had been at the FC for 3 years, midnight shift, 7 p.m. to 5:30 a.m., picking orders in the robotics zone, the 4th floor, the one with the orange robots that look like giant Roombas carrying 10-foot shelves. Place is massive, 500,000 square feet. Lights are motion activated, so whole aisles stay black until you walk through. One night in July, power flickers during a thunderstorm. When it comes back, the robots freeze. Everything goes dead quiet. Javier is in aisle K47, 4th level catwalk. He hears a voice over the intercom, the emergency one that's supposed to be locked. Picker 472, please report to Modular D for disciplinary review. His badge number is 472. He radios his supervisor, Maria. She says no one's on the intercom. It's offline because of the storm. Then the voice again. 472, you were seen stealing time. Report immediately or be terminated. Javier starts walking towards Modular D, lights clicking on ahead of him, off behind him. Feels like the building is hurting him. He gets to Modular D, huge open space where they do stand-up meetings. Pitch black. He steps in, lights snap on. There's a chair in the middle of the floor, and sitting in it is himself, wearing the same Amazon vest, same haircut, same tired eyes. The other Javier looks up and smiles. Hey man, took you long enough. They want one of us